This light and love has been directed to all of you by a collective of beings. They are a fifth-dimensional collective, and they are representing all of the major star systems throughout the galaxy. They have come together to assist humanity in your shift in consciousness. They know that you are at the center of the shift in this galaxy. They have come together largely because all of these beings understand how important it is to support humanity. They are a new collective. They have just begun to gather together on a huge mothership that is right now hiding in your skies. They can hide in plain sight because they are fifth-dimensional, and so is their ship. We want to give them a name now, so that you all can refer to them and so that we can have an understanding of when we are referring to them. They are the fifth-dimensional light bringers, and they have been targeting areas where they are much more likely to be received. They have been sending their transmissions of light and love to various hotspots across the planet, and in the near future, they are going to be looking more towards the major cities around the world where they are less likely to be received, where the hustle and bustle keeps people from opening up to a large degree. But they have seen success already in the parts of the world that they have targeted. We are talking about Machu Picchu, Mount Shasta, Mount Fuji, and other areas where people go for the purpose of finding themselves and experiencing spiritual growth. They will also be targeting the areas of the world where there has been a great deal of conflict, where there have been many bombs dropped and bullets fired.
This is what we do as warriors of light. You are an amazing being of light, and these galactic angels are watching you closer than ever and helping you. A grand shift is underway on Earth, dear one, so let's all do our part to finish bringing forth a new way of being on this planet. We are here to return this world into the paradise it was always meant to be. Peace, love and great abundance to all beings of light.
Get out the way, the alphabet killers from outer space are here to dominate on the enemies of the state. After being trapped in a cage, we come with mad rage. It's the planet of the apes, fuck the USA. You can't fuck with God's DNA, so you better move, get out the way. The alphabet killers from outer space are here to dominate on the enemies of the state. After being trapped in a cage, we come with mad rage. It's the planet of the apes, fuck the USA. You can't fuck with God's DNA. You can't fuck with God's DNA.
From the sky
you
to
can't
the
fuck
land,
with God's DNA.
I come from the place where time doesn't exist. The power of light doesn't make you a god. This is for all you stupid fucks that don't believe in God.
I like my drum kit to the rhythm of my beatbox, heartbeat in my fucking drums.
The ghost, the eyes glowing in the motherfucking dark.
We are the spirits that left the fucking lions of Sapo. I fucking hate these fools that hit me up. We're here to let you know what's up.
Bust out your gun, fucking run. Absorb energy from the sun. Convert fear into power, light into sound.
That's how it goes down in the underground.
If we don't fuck around, we'll make you bust out your gun. Don't misunderstand, we stand on the top. What you thought, everything that's right now is fucking really God wrong. Is watching us, we are one with the force, and the force is with us. What the fuck, who was that? Oh my god, it's AKFOS, what the fucking homie stunts. We descend from the sky to the land. The predator becomes a prey.
Get out the way, the alphabet killers from outer space are here to dominate on the enemies of the state. After being trapped in a cage, we come with mad rage. It's the planet of the apes, fuck the USA. You can't fuck with God's DNA, so you better move, get out the way. The alphabet killers from outer space are here to dominate on the enemies of the state. After being trapped in a cage, we come with mad rage. It's the planet of the apes, fuck the USA. You can't fuck with God's DNA.
Why? Cause we already won. It's fucking war of the spiritual, biological apocalypse. Triggered by man-eaters. Your fucking gun is the only one stopping me from fucking tearing you into pieces. God's eye is one eye, me and stunts. And you see weakness. We are the fifth dimensional light. This is so fucking bright, it makes you see darkness. Fuck you and the leader of the Raptor pack. Before I die, I leave my signatures in paragraph marks of facts fossilized. In the future I will write, I will fight, I will die twice, I will roar upon the fucking mic. Dive into hell to shed the light. I will light the night sky with the mighty trumpet blast. Fuck your Raptor chiefs, this is the wrath of God. You already lost, why? Cause you already got caught. That's how it is in the planet of the apes. This is for you motherfuckers that don't believe in God. Most dangerous forensic evidence, got fingerprints in your fucking face. We walk with Enoch, Enoch walks with us, Enoch walks with God. What the fuck is that? It's the motherfucking alphabet killers from outer space.
And the lions spiraled through time and space until they found themselves in an unfamiliar land. And the lions made no distinction between the tormented and the tormentors. They quickly became too much for even the devil himself to tolerate. The raptor pack was so taken aback by this brazen intrusion into their congregation that they were too stunned to act. The newcomer knew that he was actually the intended target. Raptors are rarely hasty creatures, and they didn't want to engage this unfamiliar enemy without some thought first. This proved to be a highly unusual situation. Unopposed, the lions galloped off into the night, back to the place they had already decided on sheltering. It was in the eaves of a riverbed, so it felt familiar. They reveled in their meal and new life, and the brotherhood they shared glowed like molten iron. But something was happening 7 miles away by the raptor camp. The new chief was not happy. He won by default, by chance, and he worried his pack wouldn't take him seriously as a leader until they saw him draw blood. And what could be a better way to draw blood than by eliminating a threat? Clearly the lions were active at night, so the new raptor chief easily tracked the trail of the unfamiliar beasts and the stink of his slain former commander. Raptors, if you didn't know, are not above showboating. The raptors hissed and gallivanted. Even today it's common among their ilk. The raptor pack's fighting songs and dances of war had historically proven to deter some of the greatest predators to ever walk the earth. So it was to their great surprise that it had no effect on the lions. It took over a dozen chunks of high-velocity lead to take down these brutes, and even that didn't really stop them. The raptors didn't know it yet, but these lions were not to be intimidated. "Best day ever," growled the first lion in lion speak. But the second man-eater was too focused to speak. He wanted blood, and that fact made his eyes glow. "Flee or die," sang the raptor pack, but they ate those words. It wasn't much of a battle. Typically, Deinonychus didn't actually have to make good on their threats, but these lions certainly presented an atypical situation. The lions lunged with a deafening roar, and what could be a better way to draw blood than by eliminating a threat? Clearly the lions were active at night, so the new raptor chief deduced that perhaps it would be best to wait until night.
Genocide, the homie stunts, hunt, the evil you pretend doesn't exist.
Get out the way, the alphabet killers from outer space are here to dominate on the enemies of the state. After being trapped in a cage, we come with mad rage. It's the planet of the apes, fuck the USA. You can't fuck with God's DNA. Can't fuck with God's DNA. You can't fuck with God's DNA.
Had to you before,
Can't
fucking
fuck
ignore.
with God's
Now you
DNA.
will fucking burn in the flaming pits of the underworld. We are the solar lord. These are explosions coming from the sun. What's that? What happened? We own everything that light touches. Motherfuck your sunglasses. My eyes are luminosity, velocity rips through solid liquids and gases. We are serial killers faster than Velociraptor that kill raptors and believe in Jesus. What the fuck were you thinking? You was only 20, you were 47.
Stupid motherfucker, you should have been a teacher.
My homie wasn't tripping, we fucking hate everything you stand for. That's right, remember that fucking sick ass vato from the fucking 71-4. Keep on blasting, you fucking kill me with laughter. We are the motherfuckers you should've never fucking questioned. You should've never fucking talked to. Fuck you and your tattoos. If I bang, it doesn't even fucking matter. Well, what the fuck do you think? None of that shit. I think bigger. You just like to start shit for no fucking reason. Fuck you and all those raptors behind you. Bring the rapture. I am the fucking asteroid that killed the fucking dinosaurs, that kills all you fucking raptors. Fuck you pathetic gasling vatos. Get the fuck out of my way. I open up the gates for the real fucking side. Solo me quito los clavos de donde me crucificaron. A la verga con estos pinches vatos. Yo me bajo de la pinche cruz solo
Y los mato.
So you better move, get out the way. The alphabet killers from outer space are here to dominate on the enemies of the state. After being trapped in a cage, we come with mad rage. It's the planet of the apes, fuck the USA. You can't fuck with God's DNA.
The Watcher. Pinches asesinato de alfabeto. Pónganse verga porque el ojo está
lions by nature are dominant creatures, and these were more that way than most. From their first steps to their last breaths, they had lived without fear and without hesitation. These lions had yet to learn that they could be put down, in any meaningful way at least. They saw massive creatures, but the lions knew to give them space. Not worth it, as no good ever came from tangling with giant things. They already figured that one out 110 million years later. But among the denser jungle, they felt unequaled, a matter they would be delighted to prove. Night came and they were even more confident, and something was happening. They heard it before they smelt it, and they smelt it before they saw it. It was a pack of bipeds, about a dozen or so in total. The lions were rather fond of groups of bipeds at night. Again, lions don't care much for specifics.